Selling a little or a lot? Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your own online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify's there to help you grow. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to the other leading commerce platforms. Because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Get a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/promo. Shopify.com/promo.
This episode is sponsored by Horizon Studios. Before we jump into the episode, we wanted to tell you that we have written a book.
It's called Have You Tried This? And it's out now.
It's a one-stop shop to self-care featuring only the very best of what we have learned over 4 years of living and experimenting with all that the wellness world has to offer.
Plus a load of new practices written just for the book. And the best thing?
Every single practice in the book is completely free, and every practice in there really will improve your mental health and well-being.
Link is in our show notes.
Hello everyone, welcome to Self-Care Club. I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Laura Mishkwan. Today we are joined by an incredible guest, Instagram comedy legend Olga Thompson, aka Big Fat Greek Mother.
Olga is a writer, actor, comedian, mum of 3 boys, and known for her huge Instagram following, her hilarious and relatable sketches on parenting teen boys. They are so funny, and I'm always laughing out loud when I'm watching her. She talks about midlife and, of course, her larger-than-life alter ego, Big Fat Greek Mother. No stranger to overcoming huge challenges, Olga arrived in the country as a little girl who spoke no English, endured horrendous bullying at school and brutal postnatal depression after all 3 of her births. Having hit rock bottom, Olga found resilience, picked herself up and began the journey of rediscovering herself and her sense of humour. Olga, a huge welcome to Self-Care Club.
Well, where do I go after an introduction like that? I'm done now. My career that's the pinnacle. I've finished. That was such a lovely intro. So gorgeous to meet you both.
So gorgeous to meet you. I feel like we know you anyway because we are such huge fans of your work. And
likewise.
Followers.
I said to you this morning, your content brings me joy.
Oh, that's just so lovely. Thank you.
It just does. It makes me laugh.
I'm trying to get better at accepting nice compliments. So thank you.
Good. We did a show on that.
We did do a show on it.
Yeah, I know. And I remember reading your book and thinking, I need to implement the things that I'm reading in this book.
Have you?
For about a week after. I think I need to reread it.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're still doing the show and we still need to keep implementing it, right?
Yeah, of course. In loads of places.
It's never ending.
I know. It's terrible. I should be on it, but yeah. But yeah, it's so lovely to be here. Thank you so much for having me in your
so
gorgeous
happy
studio.
to have you. Can we start with you just telling us a little bit about yourself and your background and your childhood and all of that?
Well, I am a Greek girl. I'm from North London originally. Palmer's Greek.
Yeah.
Palmer's Green. Call it Palmer's Greek because of the number of Greeks there. So my parents were immigrants to the UK. They came over and I was chubby. I was monobrowed. I wasn't the most attractive kid in school. I wasn't most popular. And so I got away with making kids laugh. That was my thing. And if I made the kids laugh, then they wouldn't pick on me. And it really worked.
Yeah.
Every time I stopped creating, funny skits, then it would start again, Miss Piggy,
Oh my God.
Fatty. That's just how, I think that's probably where my lack of confidence has kind of come from, where I think I'm getting better at thinking that people like you because you make them laugh, as opposed to people liking you because you're you. But as I've gotten into midlife, I've kind of softened a lot and realised that wasn't the case, that people do like me just for me, when I relax and, and just go, it's okay.
Yeah.
People just like you for you.
How old were you when you came over?
Well, I was born here.
You were born here,
I was born
right.
here. But I didn't. My yaya, so my dad's mum raised me because my parents had to work. My mum had a hairdressing salon. My dad worked as a shoemaker. They had to work, so she raised me, but she only spoke Greek.
Yeah.
The only English word she knew was hamburger. And she'd take me to
It's
McDonald's.
a handy one.
Hamburger. This for her. Hamburger. So I think my first word was hamburger. And so when I went to school, it was really tough because I didn't speak English and, I didn't understand what was going on. And I was just hit at all sides. So I felt like it was a real struggle from the beginning. But then, I kind of played up to my Greekness and made up characters and thought if I make fun of myself, then you can't.
Yeah. So your humour became a big coping mechanism.
Yeah, it did. And I think that's where I have to be careful in life, because whenever I can see that, or maybe my mental health isn't great, or if I'm ever struggling with myself, I have to go, slow down as opposed to ramp it up. Because I'm one of those people that can ramp everything up and go extra. But actually, if I'm struggling, I just need to slow it down.
So hard, isn't it?
It's so hard.
Are you one of those people who, if you're at like a dinner table or a party or somewhere and it's a bit boring, do you feel like you have to make conversation? Yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah, but that's also because I feel like people are waiting for me to do that. And then my husband's like, no, they're not. And I'm like, yeah, but sort of, you go somewhere. I remember it in the playground and people are just sort of like waiting and watching and looking at you like,
come on, entertain me.
I remember being at school in the playground and there were a group of mums, and I swear, I really don't think I'm all that at all, but they would just stand there and just wait and watch me like that.
Waiting for you to do something funny.
Just to keep the conversation, just keep everything alive. And I think I feel
exhausting.
I know, but then when you do end up in a group and you just sit there like, everyone's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, do you know what I mean?
Can't win.
Yeah, but yes, that is me.
I have that too.
I hate that, and I'm like, I try not to, but I try to be a bit more chilled.
I've always had that. I've told you before. We've had this conversation. I've coined it, the Michael Barrymore effect. And you told me you've got to update the reference.
Yeah, because it's a terrible reference.
Well, it wasn't back
Fun
then.
Bobby.
Fun Bobby.
It's still dated.
We rebranded it Fun Bobby.
Yeah. Do you know what? Michael Barrymore's a really nice bloke. I was with him at a table read a few years ago. He's actually a really decent bloke.
But it was something I coined in the 80s, you know? When you had that feeling of like having to
Lauren's stuck in the 80s.
Yeah. So am I.
Heavily stuck.
So I don't think I've ever left.
The 90s is really modern for me.
Yeah, the 90s, I can't wear if I've tried the whole, combat, I've got like a pair of, like a jean, vintage, original combat jean skirt, and I just feel frumpy.
Yeah.
When I try 90s, I don't look cool, I look frumpy. That's why I have to stay with the 80s.
But
then I'm making a statement.
If you've worn it once, you're too old to wear it again.
If you wear it the first time, don't wear it the second.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I've lost my train of thought. I can't remember. I don't know if I've answered the questions you're asking me, by the way. You've got to bring me back.
We just asked you to tell us a bit about yourself so that we can understand more about you.
Yeah.
And how you got to the place that you've got to, because you're a huge success now.
That's so lovely of you to say.
Well, you are.
Well, it's true.
Look, I'm going to put it out there. I don't have the best confidence, I don't, but I'm getting better at it. I've got a lot of resilience, but my confidence, I wouldn't say I'm confident. How can you have resilience without having confidence?
They're very different.
Yeah, they are.
Thank God for that.
They're very different. And also, I think people would be amazed if your followers would be amazed to hear you say that you don't have confidence, because you're so funny and you're so out there and you're so comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And then to hear you say that actually I really struggle with my confidence is very... It's very interesting.
Yeah, because I think it's also, maybe it's a generational thing, how I grew up, that it was, don't look at me, don't be making a show of yourself, like I'm a Greek girl. And it's like, in Greek we say medikhnese, which is don't be showing yourself off. Maybe that's it. And it's like, but then people are like, but you're dancing around in your videos. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but that's kind of like
it's your alter ego.
It's my alter ego, I suppose. And it's really hard. And I do get people saying to me, oh my gosh, are you Big Fat Greek Mother? I love your comedy. I love it. And I'm like, oh, like really taken aback that somebody really feels like that. It doesn't really penetrate. But then with resilience, oh my gosh, I've got bucket loads of that. There is nothing that can stop me, because I have resilience, because I know what it feels like to be on the outside, to be on the very bottom of things. And I just think, nothing scares me. You can't scare me. So why not?
Because you've been there? Is that what it is?
Maybe. I've been there. Obviously, having had that breakdown when my boys were very young as well, where life just completely came apart.
What led to that, Olga?
I had really bad postnatal depression ×3. I had 3 boys really close in age. And I found myself during the pregnancy of my 3rd son having really horrific panic attacks and feeling like I was going to die. That when I gave birth, I would die. And that was a horrible feeling. I had such bizarre thoughts going around in my head, and I got very, 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 very ill. I don't even know how I got through that time really, but yeah, and I just remember thinking, if I get out of this, if I ever get out of this place, I can never be afraid of anything again.
Yeah. Because you've seen the worst and you've felt the worst.
I've seen the worst and I've come through the worst.
Yeah.
Still hasn't made me a massively confident person. But then I think if I was really, really confident, maybe that would affect everything else I do and that would make me an idiot.
And
I don't
yet it's
know.
very interesting because you have confidence in your resilience.
Yes. I have confidence in my resilience and I have confidence in other people. Like I can see other people and I believe in other people, you know, and I can say to them, don't you dare give up. I'm such an encourager of others. I'm not always good at doing that for myself. Resilience is a funny thing now, and I feel like I want to go back to the dictionary and look it up.
What got you through? I mean, when you were in that really dark place and it went on, how long did it go on for you?
It was 2 years. It was 2
Wow,
whole
that's
years.
a
When,
long
yeah, it was
time.
just
With
like
babies, with 3 babies.
with 3 babies, and like I couldn't listen to the news or watch the TV because if I heard something, every time I heard about someone that was ill or dying, I started manifesting that was happening to me. And it was a really dark time. I would be like constantly obsessing over myself, you know, wanting to Google things, checking and rechecking my body. Because my mind was so ill.
Yeah.
It was so ill. I don't even know how I raised those boys and I kept them well. But my mind was like ticking. I think it was about 2 years I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at night.
Wow.
And what got me through, I mean, it's not like some amazing, what got me through was this. Amazing. Got me through these wonder pants.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was a long, slow, hard slog. First of all, the love of my husband. You know, he could have walked out. He could have walked out. He didn't. He wouldn't. But it was so hard on him because I just lent on him to the point where it nearly broke him. And I remember him sitting on the bed once and crying and going, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this, Olga. And that's when I went to the doctor and I had to admit that I wasn't well. And that was really crazy because the minute I went, I'm not well, that's when things began to get better for me, accepting that I had a problem. Doctor looked after me, got me in touch with counselling. I was put on medication at the time. So it was my husband, it was my doctor, it was counselling, it was my faith. I've got a very deep Christian faith. That kept me going. It doesn't mean that the pain disappeared. No, but I was sustained through that trauma. And then comedy, slowly but surely.
Back to your humour.
Back to my humour. I was like, okay, let's start tinkering. Let's just start writing a few things. No one's going to be interested. And then I'll just film a bit of, I don't know. And it was just, as I emerged out of that fog, I just started writing and creating these bizarre little quirky characters. And I thought, this is fun. This is fun. So my aunt was throwing out an old Casio keyboard and belonged to one of her sons who'd grown up. And she gave it to my boys, and 3 boys, they just started hitting each other over the head with it. And I was like...
Everything's a weapon.
Everything's a weapon. Literally, everything's a weapon. So I thought, well, let me just play with it. And then I found it had some really bad demos, you know? And I was like, these are so bad, they're good.
Yeah.
So I started making up songs to the demos, and then I made up characters that would sing the demos, and then started putting them on Facebook. And the videos are not great. Just putting it out there. Tried to delete most
Whilst
of them.
people are now
Googling.
Yeah. But it was my chance to play. It was my chance to play and come back.
Were you
to
amusing
humour.
yourself in the beginning?
Think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Like I was writing songs about what was it? It was I had this character called Alexia, and she was this really Greek air hostess who has been, you know, also a Greek air hostess and part-time Zumba.
Of course she is.
Personal trainer. And so she sang this song about this guy, and it was like, so run away from me and don't look back. You have fat fingers and a hairy back. And it was about this guy who looked like a werewolf with like really long fingernails. And I just kind of made up all these weird, bizarre characters, some of them men, some of them women, young, old, and played.
Yeah.
And is that how you started with the online world, with your social media?
I did. I started making these videos and then sending them to everyone, like mainly like my family, my sister, my brother. Oh my gosh, I've got another one up. And I think actually they started to talk about me and say, this is too much now. She just needs to stop. It was too much. It was insane. And because I thought I was really funny.
Well, you are really funny.
No. Maybe it's sort of now. But back then I was like, oh my gosh, I've got another one. Can I send it? I used to send it to all the mums from school. I would send it everywhere, honestly, to people. Like, there's another one. I was like, oh, this is brilliant. Oh, here's another one. You know, and...
But that sounds like it was a bit of a lifeline for you.
It was a lifeline. It was a lifeline to be so. I didn't even care if people liked it. I didn't even care about views and engagement like we do now. Getting so uptight about it, you know, like I didn't care because I was like, look, I've made this. Like I've made a great big dirty, great big massive cake. Have some.
Yeah.
I don't have some.
Yeah.
There it is. I don't care if you don't want it.
Because it was making you better.
It was making me better. It was
Amazing.
making me better. And I was just, and then I'd spend hours Googling terrible outfits. And then I'd think, well, what would she wear if she's a part-time air hostess and also does Zumba fitness personal training? What would she wear? And then I had this other character called Bambos, and I was like, he's a mummy's boy and she cuts his toenails. He's 36. So what would he wear? You know? And then I think, oh, hang on a minute. She went and bought him a dressing gown. Mum, you bought me this dressing gown, yeah? Well, take it back, get the 20 quid, give it to me. You know, like, he was like, I don't know. It was just my world. It was my drug and it was my therapy. And then over time I realised, okay, these are great. But now that you've landed back on planet Earth, how can you make comedy that's going to relate to others? So I think that's when I started on the more relatable comedy trajectory. Yeah, that's kind of it, really.
It's never just one thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That builds you back up. And I don't think resilience is a straight road.
No.
Because it's a selection or like a whole salad or cocktail of a few different things or lots of different things that just step by step allow you to feel that bit better.
But you're also not choosing it. No one is born going, okay, I hope that some really like bad, difficult, painful shit happens to me so I can learn to be resilient.
Yeah.
You only learn whether you are or you're not, or how good you are at it, or how to build it.
You don't have a chance to prepare. It just hits you.
It hits you when you either cope or you don't cope, or you find a way through to cope and you find the resilience.
Yeah,
but you can only build it when the bad stuff's
absolutely,
happened, right?
and bad stuff will happen. It will happen. It is part of life. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. You know, the tsunami of whatever it's going to be is going to hit, and it's going to hit. You know, but at the end of the day, the things that remain are not the things that you buy.
Absolutely.
You know, they're not the things. Really, you know, and this is what I said. I did an interview not long ago for a magazine, and they said, "What is the thing that is the most important?" And I think how you make others feel. I just want to, you know, one day on my tombstone, I just wanted to say she made others feel good, like as we all do. Because what is going to matter? What is really going to matter? Like, okay, she created great videos, but she wasn't a great person, or she didn't.
Yeah.
You know, that's really all I want.
I think that's
just
a very grounded approach.
That's it.
And to take that through, because it keeps you very invested and very clear about what truly matters.
Yeah, and I think that's my confidence, because I think that's where I check myself. Am I making others feel good, or am I putting myself first, or am I making others feel good? Just check yourself. You know, sometimes a little bit too much. I'm a bit too harsh. But I think that there's a tenacity in me, and there's a resilience, which is, you know what, we're all going to hit bottom. We hit bottom, but there's up, and you're never alone, and you can come up wherever you are. It is not forever. I know it feels like it's gone on for a really long time, and it's like, but you don't understand. I've been weeping over this for months. Okay, this situation is not getting better. It's all right for you to sit there talking, saying whatever you're saying, but my situation is not getting better. No, but it is getting better, and times are changing, and nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same.
The only thing unchanging is change itself.
That's very deep.
Like
I need
that.
a moment there.
I was thinking just now when you were talking that my son just had his
How
final...
profound I am, that's what you're thinking.
so profound.
Thank you.
Apart from that.
So profound.
My son had his final assembly because he was leaving junior school, going to senior school, and the headmaster was giving a very lengthy, interesting but lengthy speech. And part of it was him saying, you know, I just want to thank all the teachers. And he said, you know, the thing about the teachers is it really doesn't matter about the content of your lesson. You can teach them maths and you can teach them history and you can have all these clever ways of teaching it. But what actually matters is how the kids feel when they've left your lesson?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
did
yeah.
they make them feel? Did they
Yeah.
encourage them? Did they uplift them? Did they inspire them? Did they make them interested in the subject? And, you know, his teachers are actually great. But I thought that's exactly it, right?
Yeah. People just want to feel they don't really care about your nice house or what clothes you're wearing, or they
Well,
don't
I think
not really.
certain people do, but
Well,
but
yeah,
that's
what I mean
not.
is they
but that's
do.
just not your tribe.
But
that
they
can't
do.
Be your
And
tribe.
I talk about hair and I talk about makeup and, you know, but that's not all.
Don't take that shit with you when you go, basically, and
Well,
that's
you
never
can't-
going to be your
Yeah, but
legacy,
you
is
can't.
it?
Yeah, but
No.
you can't anyway. You can't take that with you when you go. Apart from, I did make a story this morning saying, whatever happens when I die, I want to be buried with Lady Danger on.
Do you?
Lady
Is
Danger?
it Mac?
By Mac. I'm sorry.
Of course, it's back.
No matter what
Listen,
happens, when I'm laid to rest and they come in my coffin, they'll be like,
Yeah.
she's got Lady Danger on.
It's the best one.
Do you know, I'm
the
not
best
joking.
one.
So we're Jewish, and when you bury, you have to bury with no jewellery. You're not really supposed to have tattoos or anything. You just have to go as you came. And when my grandma died, when the rabbi wasn't looking, I chucked in a bottle of Revlon red nail polish.
Yeah, you
because
go,
that was
girl.
her trademark.
But that's
and I,
beautiful.
Chucked it in. I was like, come on, she's got to go with the Revlon red.
She's got to go with the Revlon red,
She
of
was
course.
so glamorous.
So lovely. Oh, I love that you did that.
It was very
But most
naughty.
people get buried with, like, you know, like the Jewish version of the Bible. Like they call it a siddur.
Well, that's a really big honour. They only bury
Nail
you with
polish.
they only bury you with the books if that's like a great honour. If they're like torn and they can't refurbish them and they're kind of done, they're past the point
Yeah.
of using, they will pick special people in there. My grandfather got buried with some like Torahs that were no longer any good. But no, June got buried with a Revlon red. You know what?
Love
She's
it.
loving that.
I love
She's
that.
loving that.
I love that.
I'm
That's
here for it.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
So Lady Danger is your go-to.
Lady Danger is my
Okay.
go-to. I feel like I don't even know how I got to Lady Danger. I'm trying to
Doesn't
think.
matter.
I can't
You
back.
know what? All roads lead back to things like makeup, and because
Well,
I'll
listen,
tell you why.
yes.
And I'm not being shallow about it.
Yeah, go on.
But
I know what you're gonna
things
say.
like, listen, I was a hairdresser for 30 years, so I know you have a huge background with hairdressing.
My mama, yeah.
There is nothing more empowering than a good blow dry or putting a bit of your favourite lipstick on or just beautifying yourself so that you can face the world in a more confident way.
Listen, let me tell you, my mama, she's been a hairdresser for 60 years. She still is a little hairdresser, okay? She told me this, Olga, you always put your lipstick. No matter what you feel, always put your lipstick. A woman with no lipstick on, she look like potato. Okay? So,
You've got to put that on a t-shirt, Olga.
I don't care who you are. You don't want, I don't know, nobody wants to look like a potato.
Nobody.
And some
It's not a
mornings,
look.
you get up and you feel like a potato.
Apart from Channing Tatum, because he actually does look like a potato.
I actually woke
Excuse
up
me.
feeling
Hello,
like a
I
potato.
fancy Channing
Yeah,
Tatum.
but he does look like a jacket
doesn't.
potato.
I don't think he does.
Olga,
I
he
quite
does.
fancy
You've got to look at him from
He's,
afar.
oh no, he's quite nice. I
They
like
call him the jacket potato.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Now I don't even know how we
Anyway.
got onto this. Yes, lipstick. Do something for yourself that makes you feel nice. And it doesn't even have to cost anything. It could be a walk. It could be like washing your hair.
It could be a chat with a friend.
Phoning up your mate. Yeah.
just something that makes you like making. Sometimes like the most basic thing is so in Greek culture we have you make tea, but you put cinnamon in there and cloves and a big pot of tea. And I'm like, I will go to the effort and add some flavour to my tea, and I'll make a pot of it. It could be just something so simple.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a kindness to yourself.
It's a little kindness.
It's valuing
thing.
yourself.
It's a really small thing. It's a small thing, and it's so tenuous, isn't it? That slip between you're okay and you're not okay. You know, at
It
any
is
point.
so
But when you do
tenuous.
that bit of nurturing, even though that is such a small thing that takes you 10 seconds, you are saying to yourself, I matter, I'm
Yeah.
important, I'm of value. I can take 10 seconds to put some herbs in my tea. So it
Yeah,
tastes a
I
little
love
bit
that.
nicer. For me.
I love that, and I like because I love that you.
What? Oh my God, Nicole's like, oh my God, she's found self-care. It's only been 4.5 years.
But I love that. I love that.
540 episodes, she's finally understood what self-care is. And not just for everyone else, but actually for yourself.
I am all right at it, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Love that.
Eventually.
Yeah. Eventually.
That's so lovely. But
Eventually.
what you do is it's so important for women. Like reading your book was such a love. Like it was self-care. Actually, reading the book was
Thank you.
self-care. There's only one thing that I would never do.
The vabbing.
I mean,
I knew you were going to say that.
how?
But how do you know if you've never tried it?
I ain't doing it.
Why?
I just
You're no prude.
No, but I can't.
Why?
I just
Just
no.
try
What
it
would
on your
happen?
husband. Try
But
it
what
on your
would happen,
husband.
Olga?
Was she?
I tell you what happened.
Go on.
My yeah would come out from the grave and she'd go, "Oh, you get pregnant."
I think it's unlikely you get
But yeah,
pregnant.
I mean, yeah, but it's just that like, no, I couldn't, man. I couldn't. I'd be too like. People are now Googling like vabbing.
Google
No,
away.
they need to read the book.
Do you know-
they've heard the show. We did a podcast. We did an episode. on it.
I know. I saw that
One woman got a girlfriend from doing that. This
I
woman
have-
should always fancy.
I'm
woman got
really
pregnant.
intrigued that that you are, but I don't know if it's that you are genuine confident or whether there's just something about you like I've just done something.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't know.
that.
naughty.
It's both.
It's
I think
rebellious.
that's what gives you the confidence, not that.
It's both. It's both. It's a pheromone and a kind of secret aside to yourself,
It's
knowing you've done something a bit rebellious.
naughty.
Bit naughty.
I think that's the confidence, not anything else.
We love being
What's
a
the
bit
difference between
naughty.
that and my armpit smell?
Well, not a lot.
Well, there is a lot.
They're both pheromone.
Let me
One's
try
more
it.
pheromone than another.
Oh,
Isn't
Olga,
it?
I'm,
Gosh,
dra-
I
I'm,
feel
dra- I'm
better
drawn
already.
to you now.
I feel better already. Wow, hello.
This episode is sponsored by Horizon Studios.
If you're travelling this year and looking for high quality, sustainable and beautifully designed luggage, then look no further than Horizon Studios, who've launched 2 new ranges. The RE series, the world's most sustainable 97% recycled luggage, and now the revolutionary Air series, the world's lightest high-end suitcase.
And I can agree, it is so light, isn't it, Lauren? Because we got
it's
one
amazing.
each. It really is amazing, and I love to overpack. If you have airport anxiety, like me, worrying about the weight of your case, when it goes on those scales, I do it every time, then I'm telling you the Air Series is for you. The Air Series pushes the boundaries of travel, and each detail is designed and engineered to combine an ultralight and durable product. It's significantly lighter than regular suitcases and comes with a lifetime warranty because the most sustainable suitcase is one that you only buy once. We used the cases to go to Paris and Wales last year, and as chronic overpackers, we could still wheel them with ease.
We could. Ultralight and compact, the Air series is made from a premium polycarbonate hard shell with reduced thickness and a recycled lining. It's 100% vegan and produced in a way that is 99% waste free, blending design and function seamlessly. So, Nicole, you can pack those extra 5 pairs of shoes with no stress.
The entire range is available on the Horizon Studios website and in all leading department stores. Go to www.horizon, that's HORIZN, studios.com. That's www.horizon-studios.com.
Horizon Studio. Let's go further.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
So tell us about
Yeah.
what you're up to. So
Yeah.
you slowly built this online community.
Yeah.
And it's just turned into this enormous following on Instagram.
I guess it's just, I've just thought, oh, there's other people like me, mainly women. Let me go and find them.
Yeah.
Do you feel a bit lost? Well, look, I'm just the same.
Yeah.
I'm just but let's make something funny about it. And I get so many DMs where people will say, how do you navigate this? And I'm not feeling great. Or how can I be confident? Or I'm not feeling great about this. How would I do this? And it's so lovely that there is that side, because comedy and tragedy they're real
course they are.
bedfellows. They're just such bedfellows, aren't they? That you understand comedy and being up there because you know you're also down there. And I understand the two. And I think, like going through that trauma for me has taught me real humility to know that there but for the grace of God go I, meaning I'm not any better than anyone else. And to be patient with myself, also to be patient with others, because genuinely everybody's going through something, no matter how much lipstick you got on, no matter how much, we are all we are all struggling. We've all sitting here, we've all got something going on in the background.
course.
All of us, and it's just bringing it back down to there. And I think that's probably where the following has, and the community, I think. I want everyone to feel like they're in my living room. And I'm feeding them baklava and they're feeling like they belong.
By the way, I'm obsessed with that. My children have to pull me away from the buffet when I'm on holiday.
Do you know what? We were on
It's a
holiday in
problem for me.
Corfu and they had a baklava stand.
Yes, I know. I know them, Olga, and it's a problem. It's an issue.
No,
for me.
I know, but because I'm not a sweet girl.
I need rehab from it.
Yeah, I don't
love it.
I don't want anything. I don't like sweet jelly sweets.
No, I don't either. But that for
Or
me,
jelly.
it's like
baklava.
catnip.
Yeah, if I see baklava and it's like, oh, and I'm like, I'll just have a little tiny
Just
bit.
a little nibble, just one more.
I come back to it's one of those all-you-can-eat things. I come back with one. I'm like, well, do you know what? I only had a salad, Greek salad, so I'm just going to go and get another one.
Yeah.
Or just one more because I might have a drop in the afternoon. My sugar levels
And they're
might
only
drop.
small.
They're only small. If you put one together, it's one Victoria sponge slice in the UK.
Yeah,
So
true.
Girl math. Love it.
You
Yeah,
know,
girl
my
math all
favourite
the way.
things that you do online, my two favourite things, I love the text from the husbands.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
all your listeners
my
send
God.
in.
I love that.
Do you
Love
know
it.
what? That
Text
began originally from my husband, where he would send me messages like "in B&Q now."
Yeah.
Got the hammer.
Yeah.
You know, and it all began last year where I started going through texts from my Paulie, and I was like, this is hilarious. Or like, cover up the cat poo. Like, and it
Yeah.
was just like these messages, and I was like, how have we become this?
Everyone becomes this.
How have we become this?
Wait, explain
just
the
jutted
people
this
that
with my
haven't
double
seen
chin.
them. Explain the videos that you do.
So
with
it's
this.
me dancing in character. I could be Madonna. I could be, like
Cher,
a
you've
dance
done so
Cher. I've done-
many.
and I love it.
Yeah.
I love playing with characters. But while I'm doing this, underneath there runs texts that my followers will send from their husbands. People often think like, how can your husband send you all these texts? I'm like, no,
it's
my
from the followers.
I know. It's like he's not sending me all of these. I'm trying to think of any that have been my absolute. I think my favourite one was something like hernia operation booked, or something like with a thumbs up, or
Bring loo paper.
or we need, or
I'm
another one
doing
was,
a poo and I've run out.
yeah,
Something
or
like
we
that,
need to
though.
check flood defences.
Or cat's got
just,
diarrhea.
yeah, or just like really. Like which potato, like really random, like, or even husbands will text like other halves will text things like what shoe size am I?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what shoe size am I? That's amazing.
Yeah, like it's brilliant. And and then I get loads of hate from men on there.
Why?
This is really
It's so
sexist.
funny.
It's just, I'm like, it's just funny. It's just real life. I'm just sharing text. Other can I just say, other male comedians do the same thing about women.
Of course.
And we do not attack them. I get so attacked.
Do you?
As a woman, yeah. As a woman, you will get attacked online. Men don't. They don't touch the men, but they touch the female comedians all the time. I get things about your makeup's disgusting. Your
they
if I
attach
was
your
or if I was you were
appearance.
my wife, I'd shoot myself.
Oh,
Or-
wow.
Yeah, oh no, like honestly, they're just from nobodies. They're just from. It's like when a video goes viral, all the nobodies come like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Then oh,
They
they've got an
crawl
eye
out the
patch.
woodwork,
They
don't
crawl
they?
out and they go, oh, what's happening here? Oh, very hurty. So they just come out and it's fine. I don't like we were saying earlier. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I told you before I got called a pitter this week.
I want to be a pitter.
And I thought, what is that? Is it some gorgeous fluffiness? No, it's pain
hot
in the
mama.
arse. Pain in the arse.
I want to be a pitter.
We had a couple of videos that performed really well on TikTok last week, and there was one. It was a joke. We were talking about Harry Styles coming on to Lauren.
God, these
Can I just say,
Obviously-
how can you be at the funeral, please, and not know he's next to you?
Because
Okay?
I'm so oblivious, Olga. I can't even
Also,
tell you.
what funeral is this? Can I come?
Well, no, it's
How-
just...
she is so oblivious. Can't even tell you.
So
You're lucky she recognised you.
Two things that happened then. One was like the whole comment, like, whose funeral were they both at? And they're all like analysing, was it Caroline Flack? Who died? And I thought, like, it's none of your fucking
I know.
business.
And then I'm doing the same
All
thing.
right,
Going,
and
can
also,
I come?
And also these
Sorry.
poor teenage girls who were like, oh, Harry, you're objectifying him. He's been going through this since he was 16. And I'm looking at the person who's putting these comments up. I'm like, I've literally got bras older than you. Please go
No,
away.
and then they said, this is a funeral. It's in such poor taste. How can you talk about someone coming onto you at a funeral? It's disgusting.
That's what
called
happens
a
if you're.
joke.
I wrote that.
Yeah.
Did you see?
I saw. I was like,
Basically, when you go viral, then they all come out and the one with their all their tentacles, their octopuses, and they're like, oh, let's have a look
it
what's
was
going on here.
so funny.
I don't get that. But I don't get that. I just don't understand these people that
They
these
just
keyboard
they
warriors.
don't know
and
you. They don't know you.
But who can be bothered?
Well, I tell you, sometimes we, I am making them out to be Long John Silver. They're not all Long John Silver.
They might
Some
be.
of the worst are women themselves, and a while ago there was this horrible website where they would write nasty things about.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah, about
Yes.
and there were all these things written about me, and they were
But
just other
you've-
women.
Listen, you've made it if you're on that website. That's
Yeah,
all I can tell
but
you.
There were other women.
It's only
And
women
I'm
on there.
And I'm like, why? if you're that bored, put This Morning on, love.
It was built for women, that website.
Yeah, and I'm like, why?
What's
but
the
apparently,
website?
should we not mention it? But then now there's another website.
I don't
There's
know about
another
this
one.
website.
I don't want to know. I would never.
It's a website that was built by women to basically slag off other women, and all you do is go on there, pick a person, and then write revolting
What
things
is
about
that?
them.
Are we supposed
Honestly.
to be lifting each other
Oh,
up?
it's horrendous.
So I want to know, because you mentioned we had a quick coffee before we
Yeah.
recorded.
Yeah.
And you said it used to really bother you, you used to take it really personally, but
like-
you don't anymore.
No, because
Why
I just
not?
think
How do you
because
make that switch?
because I think those things about myself anyway. And also I sit there and I think, what's the worst thing that they can say? Things that they've said already. She's desperate. She thinks she's funny. Who does she think she is? It's always things like that. And I'm like, yeah, I have to. You know, it's my personality. It's comedy.
It's also your job.
It's my job.
Yeah.
Like what, you know, why give it a rest, love? You know, or
how
you
did
look like
you
a
go-
dog, or you look like, I'm like, okay, well, I've got my husband. As long as my husband fancies me,
Yeah.
and he loves me, I don't really care anymore. I don't know what it is. I just don't.
Do you think it comes with age?
It comes with age, and I have a new confidence. We're talking about confidence. I said I didn't have any. Now I have a confidence. It's weird. I think I've got a new confidence in that I feel better in my skin. I don't mean I'm like, I think I'm so fun. I don't feel like that. But I have got a confidence in my skin where I think, yeah, I like
myself.
I like myself. I don't love myself, but I know I'm a good person. Not a good person. I mean, like, I like what I put out there. I don't mean like online. Like the energy that I put out
Yeah.
and the way I am, I like. Okay? So I don't really care. You don't know me. But there's one
It's
thing
very
I can't
hard for
bear.
women to claim that, though, isn't it?
It is really hard, and I just can't stand when women bitch about other people. And you know what? It's like, but the worst thing is not online. The worst thing is just doing it with your mate in a coffee shop and talking about someone. That's as bad.
Oh, gossip. We did a show on that recently.
Can I just say that's as bad, because you're eating into someone there. You're tearing someone
Yeah,
apart because you
yeah.
want to feel better about
Yeah.
yourself. Oh, did you see what she put online? Oh, that's really, like, if you think about it, have you ever, listen, I've been guilty of it in the past, but have you ever gossiped about anybody and felt good? Genuinely. It might make you feel good
course
for a
not.
minute.
No
when you
one
go,
feels good about it.
When you go, oh, really? Oh, you just feel filth, because it's like, I've just destroyed that person. I've just destroyed that person because I feel good. Why do you feel good? Because then there's something wrong with them. Why is that making you feel
Yeah,
good?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
very sick.
Yeah.
You know, so again, I don't know how we got here.
I don't know. It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
That's the beauty of a podcast, Olga. It
We
just
can go
makes its own
wherever we
way.
like.
You've got 3 boys, haven't you? Yeah.
How
Your
old,
team-
how old are your boys?
They're similar-ish to mine.
18,
Yeah.
nearly 17
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks, and a 14-year-old.
14 is a difficult year for boys. It's kind of grunty and a bit smelly.
We were at the McDonald's drive-through, and it was like, okay, we're nearly at the the kiosk. We went, please don't be weird, okay? Please. All I'm going to do is give my card.
I'm literally placing an order.
I've placed the order. It was just to pick it up. I goes, please don't be weird. Just don't be weird. Because I'm normally like,
Do they think
and
you're
I'm
going
like,
to film it?
Amazing.
no, it's because I normally go, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Thank you. Could I also have some?
Yeah.
I don't know what I do. I don't do anything. I'm
Yeah.
just normal.
Yeah.
Please, man.
Yeah.
Please. You know, they love me, but it's just like,
I know.
and then I don't know what to say or not to say. So then I try not to be weird, but then I end up being more,
Yeah.
hi, can I have a hi? Then I end up being more restrained. Hi, can I just have a McFlurry? Do you know what I mean? And then I'm contorted.
Oh,
so I
so
don't know.
funny.
I don't know
This
what.
Teenagers
summer,
are so special.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be.
I know that we're teaching them English. It is their first language. But this summer, for some particular reason, just the 11-year-old, he doesn't speak English anymore. He tells me, skibbity toilet, rizz it up, I got a 10 merit giat. I do something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what any of it means. All I know is giat is bottom.
Okay.
That's all I know. Level
but
10
then have you
giat.
tried saying it back to them? They're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
I
please,
do.
no, don't ever do that
My
again. Don't ever
daughter
say that again,
has
man.
Started calling me blood.
Yes, oh yes.
Or bra.
Bra.
Bruh. So she texts bruh to me.
Slip us a tenner.
Bruh.
Bra.
Bruh.
If I ask her something like, what are you doing today? She just replies, bruh.
Bruh.
What's that?
Or like, hungry.
Blood. What does it
Hungry.
even mean? I'm like,
Doesn't
What can I
matter.
eat?
I'm your
What can I
mother.
eat? And it's like, there's so many things. It's only ingredients. What can I eat? It's disgusting.
You just want food. There's nothing actually to eat.
Basically, my job is content creator, comedian, writer,
Referee.
protein buyer.
Yes, yeah.
I have to buy those disgusting, this is why I'm a vegetarian, packs of chicken with breadcrumbs. They don't eat sandwiches. My mum's like, why don't you boys eat the bloody bread? I'm like, Mum, they don't eat bread. When bread fills stomach. I'm like, Mum, they only want chicken. It's disgusting in the air fryer, which is just probably going to fall apart any day now because they use it so much for that disgusting chicken. At any hour of the day or night, they want chicken.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a very
true.
I love them to pieces,
Yeah.
though. I love them to pieces. And, you know, I've never embarrassed them. I've never created any content that they think, oh, Mum, this is, you know.
How do they feel about your content?
They're actually proud of me. They say that, Mum, we're proud of you. We love what you're doing. And I think the minute, because some of the attack that I got online was, your kids must cringe when they see you.
You don't post your kids anyway, do you?
No, she dresses up as them.
Occasionally I do.
But I wouldn't be able to, like some people who I follow, I would recognise
Yeah,
their
no,
kids.
they
wouldn't
were,
recognise
only the
yours.
youngest one will do it now for a fee.
Good
and then
for
when
him,
and
love
then
that.
Yeah, and apparently, where's it going? TikTok or Instagram? Because if it's both, it's double.
I love him.
and
What
then-
an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. And then we finish, and then he always does this. Nice doing business with you.
Love it.
Right? So my youngest will be in it. He
Listen,
doesn't
pay
care.
for
me,
him.
I'll do it for you.
Love it. I
And
think that's brilliant.
it's not like he doesn't ask for like a couple of quid. He's like, how much? What are you requiring for me?
Yeah, you want a percentage
And
cut.
I'm like, well, okay, well, if I give you X amount of money, I don't know, £15, I said, that's a lot of money for a video. Can I get 2 videos? No, that's going to be double.
Love it. Love that for him.
I'm like, why? He goes, because it's exposure. My face is going to be everywhere. So
He's right.
I think it's going to be
And
ongoing.
you've got a big following, so
He's
I don't
right.
blame him.
No, but they're just so funny. They're just so funny the way they think. The other two, not so much. The middle one, never. He doesn't want to be in anything. And I'm like, do you know how many funny videos I've got in my head? Even my husband's a bit square. He's like, because he doesn't do any social media. I think he's got some Twitter account from 2001 or something he doesn't even use. But yeah, I wish they'd be on my page a bit more. But yeah.
I like you dressing up as them, actually.
Yeah,
I think
can be
it's
I
hilarious.
really enjoy wearing my son's night tracksuit.
I'm sure he loves
And they
that.
get in from school, and they open the drawers. Have you been wearing my tracksuit? And my husband does that as well. Have you been wearing my underpants?
Like a normal day at the office for you.
Content creation's messy. We've discovered that.
It's
Makes a
massive.
real mess in your home.
It's just a mess, and it's just chaos, and it's stuff everywhere. It's too much.
I was actually asking you about your boys because I don't know about you, but I also have 3 sons. But I have found they're very good for like building mum's confidence. Like I could never get away in my house with saying, "Oh, I look really fat," because they will turn around and go, "Oh yeah, mum, you're so fat."
Yeah,
What's your problem? You look great. What's your problem? I just find they're so. Say it as it is.
Yeah.
They won't have any kind of pity party.
No,
they won't
no pity
allow for
party.
it, and they're very good for your.
They
I find
are.
they're very good for your self
Yeah,
confidence.
do you know, the other day I said to my eldest, I said, I'm just really fed up. I've been trying to get this TV pilot made. Why is it taking me so long to get anywhere? You know, what's the point? It's all taken so long. And he said, he goes, stop right now. He goes, have you not thought that it's all taken so long because it's going to be so great at the end?
Oh,
But
nice.
very matter of fact, and then he talks about a burger.
Yeah.
Like they're just very...
they're very grounded
Drop
people.
the mic moment.
Yeah, they're not like, you know, I've got friends that have got girls and they'll say things like, if they wear a new lipstick, the daughters are like, or can I borrow that? Or, you know, like, I don't know, girls and boys. I don't know if it's harder to have a girl at this age. I don't know.
I've got 2 girls.
And?
Listen.
It's definitely harder, Olga.
Really? Really? Okay.
It's more. There's a lot more
They're
to
not,
it.
They're not interested in me. They're not like, if I rock up with new clothes or whatever, they don't care.
Yeah, no, they ain't
They
give a
just want to
shit.
know, when is the chicken?
I think
Where is the chicken?
Yeah. Where is the chicken? Can
Where
you
big
take
chicken
me?
at, yo? That's all they want.
basically it. I think it's the difference between like having a dog or having like a menagerie of exotic animals. That's how I think about it.
Boys are easy. They are like dogs. If there's something wrong, exercise,
food,
feed,
love,
fresh air.
That's it.
Pat
Done.
them a bit.
Done.
Girls, you don't know.
You don't know what you go. You don't know.
It's
I
a
know.
constant coaching session
it's
in our
murky
household.
waters.
Constant.
I know. I have
Constant
heard.
coaching session.
I have heard.
There's always something that needs emotionally navigating. It's quite something.
Okay. No, I don't have that
I don't either.
at all. It's very kind of aggressive, loving. But yeah, like having 3 dogs.
Going to play football. I'm going to eat some chicken. I'm going to bed.
Xbox.
Have you washed my this?
Can I? Well, you know, I've
Can I
only
have
got one
20
pair of
quid for
trousers.
fortnight?
20 quid for fortnight.
I was at a birthday lunch yesterday and I was having text message from my youngest, who's only 13. Can you book me a nail appointment? When can you book me a nail appointment? When have you booked the nail appointment? This is all like just boom, 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 boom. Can I curl my hair? Can you curl my hair? When should I wash my hair? When are you coming home?
My days.
Yeah. It's just constant things that I need to do to beautify her.
I understand that. And I've got friends that say to me, they think they buy something, or it's like a new pair of earrings, or...
No, you've got to hide it.
They see it straight away. Oh, is that new?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got something new.
Yeah. Oh. Well, why didn't you get that for me?
Yeah. Whereas the boys are just
they couldn't care less.
They just don't care.
Either you look nice or normal.
You know
or they don't even recognise it.
You know when you go on holiday?
Yeah.
And what it takes to get you ready to go on holiday, get yourself with the leg waxing and whatever else you need. Right, I've got that times 3 because I'd have two other women.
I'm so sorry. And also I've got friends whose daughters are getting ready for the prom.
Nicole and I had this prom conversation.
Oh my days, girls. And then they're like, and my friend's like, you don't understand, her back needs to be buffed. This needs to be buffed. She needs the proper expensive makeup.
I cannot tell you what the prom only cost.
And that not just it cost emotionally, never mind physically the dress. Then the dress broke. Then they had to order the other dress. Then they went and then she didn't fit the dress. And it was a whole
I could not wait for the
thing.
Do you know what? In a
over.
way, I am glad with the 3 boys because it is pretty much. You know when you get something right, you said there's instructions on the label, right? You know what it is, okay?
Yeah.
That's the boys. I've got 3 of those.
Yeah, I texted her. I said, went to John Lewis, tried on one suit, bought suit, left, and she was like, "Don't rub it in."
I know.
I'm already at a low ebb.
Or they don't even want to do that. And if you go somewhere like that, they don't want to go.
While I'm down.
And then you're like, boys, do you want anything else? This is me and the boys. We go JD Sports. We park right outside, right? JD Sports. And after I'm like, M&S is there. Yeah. Cake, bit of tea.
No, home.
Yeah, home. Or if you want me to go via McDonald's break, drive-through. That's it. And I'm like, what about? And I'm like, look, there's TK Maxx. Do you want to go in there get some nice beauty products, boys? Or no, I just got my bag. It's enough. Yeah. Let's go home.
Yeah, they don't like.
And they don't talk in the car either.
They don't like a schmai, as I call it, a browse, a mooch. They're not
No,
interested.
I'm not doing that. I'm not. And they're like, no, I'm not doing none of that. No.
Yeah. When
stop.
my 16-year-old comes home from school and we're working at home.
Oh, I love it.
Lauren, it is so funny versus when her 17-year-old comes in, right? Because when Daisy comes home, it's just... and then it's like, we can't
And I
work.
just do this. I just go... Our working day is now over.
And when Zach comes home, he's like,
all right.
Yeah.
Then he leaves. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. They come, or they might just go get a couple of brownies or an ice cream.
That's it.
It's not even hello. It's
All right. Yeah, that's the end of it.
and that's it. I don't see them till dinner.
Correct.
Yeah, Daisy has to download her entire day to me.
Oh yeah,
It's
I've heard
cute
that.
though. It's cute.
I have heard of this.
Yeah,
I have heard mention of this
It's a very
story.
different experience of parenting.
It really is.
And I only knew that once I'd met Lauren, and I think you only knew that once you met me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
think
we
I've got
both
wind
sit in our houses like, what is this?
What is this? It's so different. It's so different. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's funny.
You've got to have a lot
that's
of
so-
resilience to be a parent, right?
Oh wow.
More so if you have girls, I think. I wanted to ask you a question, Olga, as we wrap up this show, because I feel like we could talk probably for the rest of the week, given the choice.
Yeah.
If there is a clubber out there, we call our listeners our clubbers. And some of them are still clubbing, some of them not so much. If they are currently feeling like really overwhelmed, really in a low ebb, a bad place,
Yeah.
and can't see a way forward, like what would your advice be to them?
When you say clubber, I was thinking you were going to ask me to sit, like, what song would I play?
Oh, well, you can
No.
offer that
What I would
advice as well.
say is make a cup of tea, take a breath, and tomorrow is a new day, and this too shall pass.
I love that
It's
phrase,
not
my
forever.
favourite.
It is not forever, and that you are loved and you're not alone. You know, there is no magic formula. Like you said, you go through it, but it's never the end. When you feel like it's the end, it's never the end. It's never the end. There's always the next day. There's always the light that will come in. You know, it doesn't stay dark forever. So just hold on.
Can I add to that? Because it's something really powerful, I think you said before, that when you went to the doctors and you said, I'm ill, and you had that moment of clarity and acceptance of where you were, and that was the moment that you started to be able to rebuild yourself. So perhaps that's what someone needs to do, just to really understand where they're at.
Yeah,
acknowledge it.
And acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And show, and with compassion, not with judgment or
Yeah.
blame or anything else. Just, this is where you're at.
Absolutely. And I think for me, it's been a real journey of coming home to myself. And I
so
think
lovely.
come home to yourself, no matter where you are at. And I think, I don't know where people are at when they're listening, but a lot of the time, I think there are a lot of things that we go through that by coming home to ourselves, we can deal with them a lot better. Because for a long time, I was kind of like, there was a crack in my personality, and I was divided from myself because of trauma and things that had happened to me. But then as I kind of healed and I came back together and I came back to myself and I came home, I was better able to navigate those situations. And it doesn't mean that those situations have gone. There are still things I'm navigating in my life, but I'm at home, and I've got myself. And
I totally understand.
yeah, I don't know if that's helpful, but allow yourself to come home. Allow yourself to say where you are. Write it down on paper. Whatever it is, I'm broke. I'm broken. Allow yourself to see those things. Sometimes when we run away from those things, it feels harder. But when you face them, you can see that they are manageable. And a lot of the times, a lot of the things that I was afraid of, I realised as I got well, that when I went like that, they just sort of disappeared. They weren't really there. They just sort of kind of disappeared in a puff of smoke. I was like, oh, you weren't really there all along, because I was at home with myself and I wasn't running away anymore.
Love that.
I love that.
Very deep. And on that note,
But please keep doing what you're doing, because it does bring laughter and joy and fun. And I think that is so important to people's lives.
I know we do need to laugh, don't we?
We really do.
We really need to laugh.
It's everything.
And you've got a tour coming up.
Yes, that's not going to be announced till next year, but I have got a one-off London date on the 20th of September at the Greek Cypriot Community Centre in London.
I would like to be there.
I would like you to
Will
come.
you be serving baklava?
I will be having baklava, and I will have for you 2 tickets. You come.
Any gyros?
What?
Gyros?
Gyros? No gyros. Baklava, and you can sit near front.
Okay.
I sweaty for you.
Lovely.
Nice make for you.
You're going to get in trouble for that accent, just so you know. You're going to get trolled for that.
Sorry, I'm not Greek.
Well, I don't even know
could
what
be.
You could be.
I totes
You
could
totally
be.
could. What about me? Do you think I could be Jewish?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
yes.
We're all similar.
It's all the same.
Very, very,
Very
similar.
similar.
Similar look.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be Italian as well. I wasn't
Yes.
sure if you were Italian or French. No, Italian. Spanish, yeah.
Yeah.
You get that a lot. Yeah.
I do. I get it a
I
lot.
get that a lot. Spanish, Italian, French,
you
yeah.
could be.
I could, but I'm not.
I know.
I think Lauren could be French, actually. She's got that glamorous French movie star.
Oh, Madame, thanks. I'll take that.
And Nicole, I think Nicole could also be French glamorous movie star. I
she
think-
could say
I
be
could see her in like a
Parisian,
Parisian, smoking in an apartment.
The Gaulois.
With her hair with just like that on the bed.
She could just be a Gaulois smoker in her negligee in a Paris apartment.
I'll take that. I love Paris.
Me too. I love it.
Olga, thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Thank
being
you.
here, being part of the club. We are so delighted.
I loved being here. Sorry, I think
have
a
had
few
you.
times my double chins knocked your microphone. So I hope that hasn't ruined your recording.
It might have done, and then
I'll
we'll have to
edit it
record
out,
it
don't
all
worry.
again. All over again, yeah.
For people that don't follow you yet, they must. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Big Fat Greek Mother.
You've got to follow her because it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm really funny.
She is really
No,
funny.
she is really funny.
She is really funny. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, genuinely, I've loved meeting you. Wish we could hang out.
Well, we should.
I would like
do
to
a night out.
We do a night out.
Yeah.
Where would we go though?
anywhere you like.
Midlife night out. Seriously.
We can go anywhere. You know, they still
24
allow
hour Tesco.
They still allow women in their 40s into pubs and restaurants.
Even the menopausal ones like you and me.
We'll get someone with aircon, all right?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Kat Farmer. And I'm Marianne Jones. And we want to ask, are you past giving a toss about what people think? If so, then please join us for our twice weekly podcast, Been There, Done That, Got the Podcast, where we wang on about misbehaving hormones, inappropriate crushes, and debatable fashion, all while navigating the banana skins of life in a mid-heel. Download Been There, Done That, Got the Podcast wherever you listen to your pods.